just don't know what to say. You know, today's young people do not carry cash. They do not carry cash, and they do not carry cash.
Or checkbooks.
Our checkbooks. Yeah. I mean, get in the grocery line and see how many people pay cash. Very, 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 very few, unless you go to one of those that doesn't take credit cards. Okay? So if you're not taking credit cards, I've proven it, I've done surveys, you'll lose 1/3 of your audience right off the top. Can you afford to lose 1/3 of your audience? Square costs you 2%. It costs you $20-40 for a Square thing. You can put it on a pad, you put it on, you know, some people are using PayPal, or you put it on your phone. Please use credit cards. It's the modern way of doing business. If you don't take a credit card, they think you're in the dark ages. And you're gonna lose 1/3. And the 1/3 you're gonna lose is, yes ma'am?
Another thing about credit cards is that it goes very fast.
Yes.
If you have a long line of 20 or 30 people and you're only taking cash, it takes forever. If you have a credit card, they're gonna go through in a flash. And they like that. They don't wanna be waiting in line.
So at Houston Cat, you know, because we had 3,100 people engaged.
Nobody's putting cash in the line.
And then we got cash management also. We, you know, who knows what's happening to the cash sometimes. Hopefully we have good people at the case. But the Houston show, if the credit cards are such a big deal, we have a couple credit card lines and we have a couple cash lines.
Credit cards changed our lives.
Okay, here's the next thing that's changing our lives, is online ticketing. A year ago at Houston, I had some people I was conversing with over on the Facebook page, and they wouldn't go unless they could buy an online ticket. It's like, you're not in the modern era if you don't do online ticketing. You know how much online ticketing costs you? Nothing. It doesn't even cost you the credit card fee. Why would you not want to do online ticketing? If it's a small show, it's probably not worth it. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, if you normally get 50 people and Facebook pumps you up to 150, it may not be worth it. Okay, but if you have any gate at all, do online ticketing. You scan their ticket, you know, 98% of them bring on their phone, they show it to you, and you can do 5 tickets in 5 seconds.
And they pay whether they showed up or not.
They pay the fees. They pay the credit card fee and the ticketing fee. And the reason that it works better for bigger shows and ones that charge more is they charge you $1.70 maybe fee for $5, but they're only gonna charge you $2.35 for $10. So the percentages looks better to them, and they're more likely to buy an online ticket when you charge the appropriate amount.
And like Kathy's comment too, that they pay whether they go to the show or not.
You get paid whether or not they come.
Yeah. Free money.
But it also means they probably are gonna come because they've already paid. Just the flip of that. So it makes you look like you're in the modern era, professional. Show halls. You know, we've done some good shows that have a lot of people coming in, and if there's not signage directing you to the door and there's lots of things going on in that facility, you may lose them right there. I was at a show recently and they didn't have any signs up, and there was a dog show next to us. You're at the show. I was looking down at you. And the rescue that I worked so hard to work with went up to the show management and they said, the people are coming in, they're seeing the dog show, and they're turning around and they're driving off. She says, I'm not gonna stay here if you don't put some signs up. I put signs up when I do. I put them out on the street, I put them, walk them in, you know, all the way in. I, you know, become a person, you know, the big signs, you can get 100 of them for what? The little plastic signs for $50. You know, the yard sale signs, put the little metal on them. They work so well in some areas where you're allowed to put more up. I was working the gate with some friends at MoCan, Jim and Kathy's show over here, and they have a big yellow sign that says Cat Show, big arrow, right? The young couple comes in and they're going, looking all around, looking all around, and they're going, I go, hi, welcome to the Cat Show, we're so glad to see you. And they go, where are the cats? And it's like, this is a cat show. It's like, no, caterpillars.
Oh no, the tractors.
Yeah. Real story, real story. And guess what? In case you haven't figured out, I'm a salesman. They still paid to come into the cat show. So, but it was the yellow. I like the high visibility yellow. It's a good thing. So, but please use good directional signs. You know, become a guest. Act like a guest. Think like a guest. Can they find their way into the show? then as far as layouts, making friendly guests, how do we make a layout friendly guest? If you got a big enough show hall, we have wide aisles. What's the most important aisle? The one between bitching and judging. If those get glommed up, they can't even see the judging. Okay? So I try to make those on most of my shows at least 20 to 25 feet. And I try to have 12-foot exhibitor aisles. Several of you guys have been to my shows, you know they have a lot, you know, we just have a 20,000 square foot show hall, but it's square, and you know, we take advantage of every foot we can.
Need space
But
for
try to
students.
make it friendly, okay? Now, if you don't have a lot of space, you don't have a lot of space. You know, Wendy did a show, and they had so many people that people couldn't get to the rings, the cats were getting upset. You know, yeah, there he is. and it's like such a problem to have, you know, I'm sorry, it's such a problem to have. It was a since he raised his hand, it was a Newport News, which just happens to be the headquarters of PETA. Can you believe it?
It's 30 miles away.
Oh, 30.
Yeah, it's in Norfolk, yeah.
My story sounds better.
Yeah, I'd rather have a room between us and
Okay. So it is close by. So, you know, so now hopefully they can get a bigger show. Because they got overwhelmed by Gabe, they had so many people in the door, they can afford a bigger show. And we didn't do, what'd you do, $250, $200 budget? Or was it $250?
250 or 300?
I think it was 250.
Yeah.
Yeah, $250 budget, and we overwhelmed them.
I mean, the same story is true. The first show I did, National Norwegian at the Armory in Cherry Hill, we got overwhelmed, and we didn't have the entry that we hoped for.
Thank God.
But yes, definitely thank
There's no
God.
room for 'em.
But the gate that we got basically put the show in the black such that we could go find a much nicer show hall that could accommodate more and.
That was her first show, and I started seeing the numbers come in on that first show, and I started looking at satellite pictures, how many parking spaces there were. It's like, you're gonna get overrun at that Armory that you're in New Jersey.
We complained about parking though.
Could be, you know what, we can tell, when we do Facebook, we manage so many shows, within about an hour, by what the initial reaction is, we can tell how hot it's gonna be, and how good it's gonna be. We really can tell. It's also good to, how's my time doing? Are we way over?
Over by
Well,
10.
these
You
will
wanna
be
quit,
an
or
hour.
what do you wanna do?
It's 3:50.
Okay, I'm gonna keep going. If you need to go, I understand. I won't feel bad about it. Roll King and Lady left. So please try to have a lot of seating in each ring. If you can have deep rings, L-shaped rings, and have 4 or 5 rows of seating, even better. Okay? You'll see a lot of people, somebody was talking about staying all day. I forgot who was talking about that.
Our show, we
Yeah,
have
your
people
show, yeah.
come in.
Please try to put your ambassador cats up front, the pet me cats. I like to put the rescues out front of the show hall so they can get that I gotta touch a cat thing out of their system. But the ambassador cats are friendly people. They're ambassadors. You know, we now just call them ambassador cats because they changed the program a little bit. And I try to put people that are not friendly with the gate. We used to call it reject row. A lot of you had never heard of that. Put them in the back, you know. This is the first impression. Here's something, they won't know that they're further back in the show hall. You know who the ogres are.
But there is something to be said. Again, we have a very bizarrely shaped show hall to have some friendly people and friendly cats in the back, because most of the judging rings are back there and they have
All right.
pockets where they can actually.
Okay, yes, sir.
Years ago, all the show cages were wire cages. People could see into them. Today, security cages, people can't see the cats. Encourage the exhibitors to bring the cats out, put them in their, if they have a table in front, put them in their lap. You'll be surprised.
No, we do that. So what do you guys do with your national winners this year, Dwight? Tell them.
I can't talk.
He can't talk. You wanna tell him?
He lays on his grooming table and stares at the people. He watches the people.
Right, and you leave they leave their stories open also. They fold it open, and the cat just sits in there, they can see them open. It's a valid point, by the way.
But not all cats are something.
Yeah, I'm not telling everybody to do that, but you gotta have some of them, because they're not really getting to see many cats.
with long hairs, it's all
I can't put
A
mine
lot
on
of
harness
clubs are-
anymore so that people can hold them.
A lot of clubs are collecting emails, Bring Boosts are great, we like to have selfie spots, just some things, I'm gonna start going a little faster, so I didn't realize. we were this
Mike?
way. Yes, ma'am.
2 things
to go with that as an outsider who knows nothing about anything when I come into the cat show. Number one, if I'm a visitor, I don't wanna park 7 miles from the door.
That's a good
There
point.
should be a vendor exhibitor parking area after you've unloaded, you go park away to let these nice people that are gonna come in and pay park.
We actually do that at church. I gotta think about that. I never even thought about that one. It's a valid point.
And now I've lost my second one, and it was a
Sorry.
good one, maybe it'll come back.
Okay. Okay, so, guest-friendly activities. We wanna make it fun. We wanna make it entertaining. The costume contest are the number one thing that I'm working with. Okay, if you haven't had a costume contest and have a judge that's good with a costume contest, if you were at the delegate meeting last, you heard me a little passionate about that, because they actually voted to put them at the end of the show. When nobody's there, look at the faces on these people. And they're watching a costume contest. Look at them. You think they're gonna come back for more? It's a great picture. This is the picture the other direction, same cat. Okay, so really consider having a costume contest. Agility's great, costume contests are even better. Yes?
A lot of the shows, chairs are at a premium.
Right.
So what happens? The judges have 12 chairs, all of a sudden the judges have 6 chairs.
Yeah.
No place for the spectators to sit.
Right. I know.
It's not being show friendly at that point.
So this is all about being show friendly. Agility is good, Meet the Breeds is good, you know, that's, just one second. Celebrities, you know, we did a great job with celebrity cats. The Deer Park show coming up in Texas, they're gonna have the mayor of Deer Park on one day help with the contest. They're having Miss Deer Park come. Coloring book area. I don't think I have a picture. So you're giving away coloring books. Have a coloring book area for the kids. Put butcher block table on it, paper on it, and make it a fun thing. Joyce thought of, and at the Wichita show, we had a huge coloring area. It was a huge hit. They, bring it to the show manager, and we'll give you a cookie, and we'll display your picture. I mean, the kids absolutely loved it. You should see the pictures we have of the kids enjoying the coloring area. It also keeps the kids out of mischief. Face painting's big.
You get $300 for agility. You get $300
Yes.
sponsorship.
Yes. So if you're doing agility, there is a $300 sponsorship. The Deals are doing a great job with agility. They used to were our show 2 weeks ago, and Jill does a fabulous job. Sorry, Jill.
That's okay. They can always go to the website. We're getting it updated again, and the website will help you with all the drop-down menus to find out how to get the.
Agility's a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun for your guests. I don't even call them spectators anymore. I call them guests, because we need to think about them that way. Face painting booths. One of the last points I have, we're almost done. You know what it means when a preacher said almost done, right? Absolutely nothing. I'm just joking. We are almost done. Leveraging and partnerships. The rescues is a huge, huge piece. About half the shows I work with still have great rescues and do a great job with it, and half do nothing, absolutely nothing. They don't even want to mess with them. You're really screwing up by not having rescues. I know space may be at a premium, but we want it because CFA is for the betterment of all cats. It's the right thing to do. We want them because we want rescue. I'm going to talk about rescues in just a second. We want rescues because they help us with the PETA animal rights problem. So when I get attacked and they're not really super crazy, they'll say, "Oh, you guys are horrible," blah 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 blah. It's like, hey, we have 3 rescues coming. I'm sure they could use a volunteer. Come down and help.
Yeah.
They shut up immediately. It's just amazing. The rescues provide a lot of help, and the biggest thing with rescues, they're my stewards usually. The biggest thing with the rescues, and we pay them good. The biggest thing with the rescues is they usually have a large following on Facebook. If they're really good, I make them the co-host on the event, and every time I post, everybody in their network sees every post I do. So we get another big boost that would cost us money, absolutely cost us money. So we did capitalize it and it'll pay big dividends. Okay, so we're at the results pages. Short-term results are, yes, pay your gate so you have money for next year. The guests buy the vendor's goods, make them happy. The guests adopt or buy kittens, so your exhibitors and rescues are happy, right? Thanks for coming to the party. This, long-term results. Retention. This is what we're really at. My main goal, number one goal, is not giving you money for your club to have a show next year, even though that's highly important, because it ain't happening if you don't have money. My long-term goal is to find my replacements. Because we haven't got a future. CFA in 20, 30 years from now, it's gonna be 10 cats in someone's garage if we don't watch out. I'm not kidding. I mean, that's the direction we were headed, and we're turning around. We have 10 brand new exhibitors at our regional show, first-time exhibitors. It's taken us 2 years to start harvesting those. There isn't an immediate thing that you see right away. We finally create CFA PANs, we get repeated attendees, and we get allies against animal rights people. The sunglass lady who did Ullman's work, I had a long chat with her, and she kind of thought maybe we were the enemy, but she found out who we were, and now she's telling all her friends that we're good people. Okay, they find out how good we are. So it's kind of a mixed culture we're involved in. So it's our future and legacy. We're starting to turn the tide, one guest at a time. That's how we win them. One guest at a time, how we treat them. Okay, we gotta treat them that way. And it's one show at a time. And, well, we're gonna be 10 years from now, 50 years from now, our future. It's important to give back. So why do it for nothing? It's a legacy I'm trying to give to CFA. Okay, for those that are involved, want to be in marketing, whatever, Desiree has a Facebook page called CFA Show Management Support Group. We'd love to help you. You're welcome to get on there. Now the questions. What's your question? Yes.
All right.
You had a list.
No, it's one question. What should we do, and you've already kind of sort of touched on the issue, so everybody knows where we are and what we are. If we have the same day, same venue every year, but probably went over we didn't probably, we went over fire capacity by probably 200 people, and everybody was like sardines in a can.
So that's the great problem. That's the other half of him back there. So that's the great problem they have. My answer to you guys was, you gotta move. You gotta find a better venue. Or you gotta have more shows in that site. There's a couple ways you can go on that. You could have a long hair one day and a short hair another day. I highly recommend you have 2-day shows, please.
Is it a one-day show?
Yes.
It is, and our club members are not gonna change.
I would go to a back-to-back, 4-ring back-to-back and more rooms.
You'll split your gate up. You'll split your gate up.
Our other halves, our other club members are
We
older
are
club
the
members.
progressive half.
Yes.
The non-progressive half is still sitting at home in Virginia.
Yeah.
Okay. Yes, sir.
We need to share where we're finding show halls, whether it be a fairground, whatever. That's what we need to share with CFA, because I've done a lot for the region, Great Lakes region, trying to find a show hall for 2020 and 21 and 22. I've also done local clubs trying to find show halls. It's becoming extremely difficult.
Oh, it's definitely
So
hard.
we need to share with CFA where we're finding availability.
That's great. So I go out on, I talked to 200 venues in Dallas-Fort Worth. It's very, very difficult. We found a new venue that we moved off of. Kathy actually found it, and now we have 6 shows a year there. So now they're going to double our price. Success is like killing us. And we're making money. We made just the region part of the last fundraiser, we made $7,000, and the other club made about that. We split it with a club. So we made a big pocket of money. You can do it. You people are like, really? Those are real numbers? Yeah,
And
those are
that
real
was
numbers.
all,
Break even every year.
that was all.
How many
from-
people have managed, professional Facebook managers to manage your show? Okay.
That was
That's
all
what I
from-
hear. I'm sorry. No, I'm telling you, that's what I hear from every show I work with.
That's why I'm here.
Tell them.
That's why I'm
Okay.
here.
Absolutely.
Tell them that, Jill tells me every year, I've saved their show. They put on another show. All the ones I've worked with in here, they tell me the same thing.
Double the entry. Double the
Double the
gate every
gate.
time.
Double the gate, yeah.
Double.
Yes, Brad?
One thing I want everybody to know, and I know a lot of them are, but CFA requires all member clubs to be a not-for-profit. If you don't have a not-for-profit status, go get that not-for-profit status. You'll find a lot of local pet shops, local veterinarians, a lot of those places, once they find you are
Thank you, guys.
not-for-profit, will go into partnership and help you in a lot of ways that you didn't think that ability is possible. So making sure you have that not-for-profit status is very important, especially when you're looking for partnerships or sponsorships.
No, it would help. By the way, in case you all don't know, the regions are all now 501c3s. We all are incorporated. Every region now has a president, vice president, and a secretary and a treasurer. If you don't know who your officers are, you might
And
ask.
if you don't know how to get that there are people, still a lot of people that can help you. It's very simple. Take stock minutes, right? Yeah. So, it's very important to do. One other thing I wanted to touch on.
Yes.
Mike, you touched on some of it. Very important to know your market.
Absolutely.
Don't price yourself out of your market.
Absolutely.
But at the same time, don't underprice, but know your market, know your demographics. It's the most important thing.
Yeah.
To all of this.
So every show that I do, when I started in Norm's Louisville show, when I did the Cincinnati show, Brooke, are you here?
Well, we do our show in Lexington, the Triple Crown show in Lexington, and many of you people have been there, many of you guys have been there. Our gate is phenomenal.
Great.
Has been since day one. A lot of the things you touched on are things we've been doing for 3 or 4 years now.
Right.
Back to day one, the things that we started doing then. So all of it is very important. Know your market.
Absolutely. So when I do an out of town one, I do a Florida show, or I do an East Coast or West Coast show, I spend a lot of time learning the demographics of that market and talking to people in that market, because it's hard for me to get a feel for it, because it is important. Yes, sir.
And the last thing.
Oh, sorry.
We have 3 new rescues 1 year, 4 rescues 1 year. Rescues are very, very important. Like you said, they all have their own Facebooks, they all have their own local followings. And the more that you can bring in from your area, the more people you bring in from the surrounding area.
I was gonna spend more time on that, but we just ran out of time, because I had some more stories to tell.
Yeah.
We all know that the show halls are getting more and more expensive, because I've researched it.
Right.
We need more corporate sponsorship from the vendors, meaning the cat food companies, the litter, even if it's a mini sponsorship.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another little money tip. Okay, we talked about credit cards. Who uses credit cards for their raffle table? I heard someone say, what? Like what? That was good. Thank you for saying that. No. Okay. So let's just think about that. So we're trying to sell raffle tickets that's been donated to us, or maybe we paid, a discount on. And, someone has 20 bucks in their pocket. What's the most you're gonna get out of them? 20 bucks. Okay? If they really see some stuff they wanna buy, and they wanna buy a lot of tickets, and we have at every raffle now, we have people buying $100, $80, and $50 worth of raffle tickets on their credit card. We pay 2% on the $100. You want their $98? Our last raffle was $1,508. Okay, another way to make money. I haven't gotten any of the show venue stuff, the income streams and expenses, all this stuff. Being the show manager for 4 or 5 shows a year, I'd love to talk about that stuff with someone. Yes?
You talked about updating posts on the Facebook.
Yes.
It looks like some of the posts that you would be putting out there can be canned from one show to another.
They do.
Yes.
We do.
We can
Do you have a
reuse.
database of those?
Actually, the lady that I'm working with in Kansas City, she puts them all in a Word file. If you would like us to share those with you, we will. Or you can look at any of my events and just copy and paste them.
Share with her.
We share.
Yeah.
Some of the content I've created, some of the content you've created, we modify it and adjust it as time goes on.
I told her, she's my partner in crime.
And one last thing I'll show
Oh,
you.
no problem.
If you're looking to get